saw how Oracle just, let go 30,000 people, 18% of their workforce. But, as jobs are being eliminated because of AI, there's also jobs that will be created with AI. So even with the jobs being eliminated and added, there's still going to be a surplus. And I think it's important that each and every one of us utilize AI to our advantage because I mean it's here to stay, it's ever evolving, and there's so many things we can do with it, right? The possibilities are endless, and it can go beyond just, working at a job. You can create your own business. We've seen a lot of AI companies that have opened up a lot of tools and resources to make life better. So yes, it can look scary at times, especially with what's going on in the tech world, but you know, there's always change, right? And we have to learn, in order to make it and thrive, we have to utilize AI. We have to learn AI, and you don't have to know every single thing. I mean, when I started, I had no clue what AI was. I didn't even know what a prompt was. I just knew I had to learn it and utilize it for me to help me scale in what I do, scale my brand, my speaking, and there's just so many things you could do with it. So for me, there'll be a surplus. And also, with a lot of things being automated, skills like leadership, confidence, emotional intelligence, resilience, that's going to be needed now more than ever because, you know, things are going to be ever changing and we're going to need the skills, leadership skills, and confidence to keep moving forward in spite of it.
Thank you, Sheena. So I'm now in Europe, and Europe has the Citiverse, and this is the metaverse, people-centric metaverse, and this is the feature of Europe, and I think we have a huge opportunities here. First of all, for job seeker, because it's my personal opinion. I'm not sure, but we are on the way to the professional users economy, and I'm in marketing, and I think in future uh, it will be eliminate because um, it's too complicated for common person to do all job, all work we need do. So I think we'll have an age of professional users. And what do you think? Is it correct? What do you think about the future and prompt generation, prompt engineering? But we have a lot of direction. And what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have like prediction wise, I know it's just it's brand new for everybody. So it's like the unknown. It's kind of like the internet when it first started. We had no clue what it could do, how far it can go. Sometimes it's just important to maybe dab into it, work on it, play with it, get curious about it. I mean, that's how I started utilizing AI. I just got curious. I started playing around with things, then I started learning more about it, like especially with prompts, right? I mean, I would just start with very like simple prompts, and then I realized, oh, you can make it more specific. You can make it tailored to you, and then also utilizing the AI software that you use, it gets to know you, your writing style, your personality, so it helps you out. So, I think everything that's new is going to be um complex to learn because it's brand new. We don't know, but the more you get into it, the more you get to play with it, the more you get to use it more and be more familiar with it. So there's always going to be a learning curve when we have new technology. And I think it's just something we have to learn to break through. Because if we don't learn to break through it, then we won't be able to move forward and operate in the best way possible.
Thank you, Sheena. And Antonia, I really appreciate for your job and for your opportunity for everyone, for wide audience. The first, we will have the first certification from Libelian, from Antonia in digital twins. They are doing European framework, and I think this is a good possibility, fantastic chance for everyone. And the floor is yours, Antonio. And can you tell me something, tell for everyone something
Yeah, let
about
me share my
possibilities we have?
screen. Exactly. Let me share my screen, and I can explain you a little bit what is Libelium doing and what we can offer you as a training and as an opportunity. So first is that Libelium, as a new opportunity in this 2026, has launched what we call the Libelium Academy. So Libelium Academy is a new instrument that we are helping to masterize some of the open source technology. Before, in some panels, we were already discussing about Fireware. We are discussing about European local digital twin toolbox. We are discussing about sense European activities around Citiverse, where I will show you some examples about what Libelium is doing in these European funded activities. And for us, it's very important to guarantee that we can enable everybody to learn about this open source technology. And as you mentioned, Val, to get certification on top of that. So for that, it's very important. At the end of the day, we are offering two paths, two journeys of certification. One is business oriented for potential partners, people that want to understand how to make the right metrics for business, how to make the right support for any potential customer to understand how digital twins, Cityverse, and emerging data governance technology can really help them in this aspect. And of course, because we have also the need of integrators, we need also a lot of outsourcing for supporting global scale projects. We need also the technical certification to guarantee we can enable consultants, technical people around the world to scale up and to enable more technology. In particular, the training and the capabilities we are offering. And here, thank you so much, Val, for the opportunity to get the first interact in the level 3 model serving and digital twins. Is that we have these 5 levels. The 5 levels
Mm-hmm.
are complementary, means that you can jump from one to another. You don't really need to go level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5 in sequential. You can really go directly to model serving and digital twin from the beginning. We are
Mm-hmm.
addressing, I think, very important 5 topics. One is data modeling, other is analytics, other is model serving and digital twin. That is the one core here. Data spaces and also generative AI for supporting what we call in Libelium, and is a concept we coin, and I think is getting much more attention, is AI Gourmet. AI Gourmet means instead of using general AI model like Cloud Code from Anthropy, OpenAI, like ChatGPT, Gemini, etc., try to make some from data model to the Gen AI mastery with this extra. So we have everything supporting in credentials like creditly by person. So you will get official credential by person, validated, able to be issue a certificate for your living, for your city, with several back of key organizations like Fireware, GaiaX, FNDB, DAMA. So you will get this path, and here you can see you can get this creditly by person badge. You will get the training. You will get also tools and laboratories and demo accounts to guarantee that you can get, for example, this certification opportunity for you. This is an example of tools for data modeling, and our ambition is that we can really get as many as possible certification and people that get working with delivery. In particular, as I mentioned, some of the trainings, like for example, this data modeling and smart cities digital twin, it aims to go from reactive city to predictive city. The kind of content that you will learn is about, for example, European standard like minima, European but now global standard from that were discussed before, like minimal interoperable mechanisms, how to integrate data from different locations, how to do the conceptual data modeling, the logical modeling, the physical integration, very practical use cases like, for example, you are doing crowd observation, people counting, people flows, how to map this exercise of, okay, let's do a real example of monitoring with IoT, people counting in some point of interest. Let's do the correlation. Let's understand the structure, the logical view, but also the physical implementation. Let's understand the different data modeling aspects. Let's understand also the different standards that will help us, and of course, make the process to check data quality modeling, to check the right standards to do the mapping, and of course, as I mentioned, practical and real exercise where you can really, with the tools I am mentioning, implementing from the conceptual, logical to physical implementation. So this is an example of exercise where you will get real data from real sensors, real KPIs, real indicators, real point of interest. You can test in the laboratory. You can get, as I mentioned, a demo account of Iris. I will show you now Iris. So you have see here the user and password. This is being recorded, so you can keep the user and password. And then based on this data, you can really go into the integration. For that, you can use also other tools like the European Local Digital Twin Turbo that will be released now in June in order to do the integration of different AI models, integrating, for example, traffic intensity modeling, where you can create orchestration to integrate with some of these tools like Kubeflow to deploy AI models after you integrate the data of traffic, do the data and semantic integration, the machine learning infrastructure deployment. So do all this practical exercise and just run it and get finally your simulation for 1 week prediction. So these are the kind of practical exercise where you can get fully automated loop from integrating data, orchestration, deployment of model, visualization over visual intelligence, and then get this correlation and this digital twin. As I mentioned, you can see the kind of credentials in Credly. Here is also the link and the QR code. And if you want to learn more about the European Local Data Twin Turbo, and just to conclude and to show you more, you want to see exactly what kind of scenarios we are talking about. This is the platform for Libelium called Iris 360, where you will get a demo account, as I showed you already, where you can see, for example, digital twins and learn about digital twins for traffic modeling and prediction, where you can see, for example, here, the current status of a city in Zaragoza, in Spain, see the correlation of traffic, see the correlation of air pollution, and see and compare and be able to integrate the different parts. No, luego.
Thank you.
Then check
Thank
the
you.
different parts. Then you can also check here how to integrate data from devices, how to integrate data from, you can see the list of devices to integrate data. For example, here we have 170 example devices. How to do integration of entities. Here you have over 1,000 entities of different examples. You can do analytics. You can create dashboards to visualize and to do this analytics, as I mentioned, to understand different dashboards with different examples, etc. So, and you can, of course, do the different. And if you are a reseller or a partner, as I mentioned, you can integrate the Kubeflow, the data platform, you can be a reseller, so all this. And on top of that, because they are Citiverse, we can also offer you this kind of extra demo account, like, for example, specificity, that is the visualization dashboard for Iris, for specific simulation capabilities, like, for example, to predict between digital twin between different actions, like supporting and understanding how to communicate in the Citiverse this information and how to make these actions. That is the Citiverse part. How to make, for example, different analytics and different analysis. You can make also a mapping of events to understand the different events and the different activities going on. You can do also a casual analysis to understand, in this particular, for example, the aspect of traffic, and I can do quickly correlation to understand how traffic, what is the correlation, what is the origin of the problem, what is the current status of the key roads, and check all the maps of an event, check the IoT data from air quality, traffic, noise, incidents. So these kind of things. So this is exactly what you can learn, how to deploy digital twin, how to enable this. So for me, the key point now is that you access to the main web page. As you remember, in the main web page of the event, you can apply here. So it's totally free for thanks to the Citiverse Valencia 2026. So you can just go to the form, and after the Easter, we will, based on all, we will enable you, all the people registered will get an account and will get the opportunity to access and to get all the training material and to get access to the forums. And of course, we will do also some sessions, live sessions to support and to make some support of the training. So right now, my main interest is that you register, show up your interest. Let me paste the link also in the chat, even when it's in the, so we are collecting, I think it's over 50 people already interested. So big success. Thank you so much, Val, for this. And I think it's very important that you connect and you enable this opportunity. So for me, just to remark, all people coming from Citiverse Valencia 2026, because this is our open source and European lead activities, are going to get free training. We are already over 50. We are happy to have as many as possible. All of you will get a credibly official credential. You make the training, you make the laboratory activities, and you finally pass a simple exam. But most important for us is that not you only get activities, that you really learn more about what the Europe is proposing in open source, what the standard we are using, how we are working with key European cities like Valencia, Cartagena, and other key leaders in the domain of digital twin and Citiverse. And with all this, really looking for. So the intention with this 10 minutes, 15 minutes intro is that please, I encourage all of you what are now online, but also the people that will see this later on in YouTube, register, log in, welcome to the Leveling Academy, open your eyes to make sure you can learn what is going on in Europe, what is able to support in your business and in your career having this kind of knowledge. And really very happy and very proud as CEO of Libelium that you can join the journey with us. And what I can compromise with you is that all what you will learn will be focused on supporting your business development, supporting your capability building, and supporting that you can really get the best out of it for your exploitation in your career. And yeah, that is from my side. Looking forward to start soon the training with you. And if you have any question on that, I will also leave my email for any aspect that you could have in the chat. I left my LinkedIn, and I also left the link to the registration of the training. So looking forward to meet all of you soon in the academy.
Thank you, Antonio. And I'd like to give the floor to Professor N.K. Goyal from India. And if he has an opportunity, you're warm welcome to give perspective from India. Honorable Professor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Thank
can
you,
hear you.
thank you so much for your time. And what do you think about AI jobs, and what do you think? And can you give some insight from your side? Thank you.
Yeah. In fact, first of all, I would like to thank you for giving this opportunity to me from India. I'm happy to be here at Citiverse Valencia session AI jobs and certification. This is a flagship multi-event experience for citizens, bringing together global leaders, policymakers, researchers, innovators, and communities to advance equity, diversity, inclusion. In fact, I'm so surprised and amused the energy which you use to make the programs worth for all of us. The modern day technologies, AI, metaverse, quantum, has great role in enhancing citizen engagement and governance. And all of us know AI has changed the way world used to think and act together. All what has been done is that AI has become a great enabler for economy, and this will create new jobs. Now, with regard to the specific topic, I think the world is looking for AI, and every business, every government needs experts in AI. We need to skill in the AI, but the problem is there is no curriculum or no content for teaching available. And teaching usually is done by the universities, and university have no role in the absence of a given curriculum for them, and also in the absence of a certification. So if anybody wants a person in AI and these things, then if he has no certification, then how does we justify whether he is fit for the job or not? So this is the problem we are facing. And because my association in India is connected to around 100,000 colleges, universities, everybody asks me, can we have some program for these things? And I think your efforts in this direction are worth praise for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your thoughts, and you are representing a huge country, a huge organization, Erasmus, etc., etc. And I'm really appreciate you for your time. And I don't know what time do you have in India, uh, and I do understand. Time gap, and I'm really appreciate. And uh, I think we'll be able to share all insight. And I'd like to tell you that we'll have a huge post-event activities in marketing, because right now we are collecting content, collecting video, and after that we'll have promotion in different social media, and we'll put all information you have, you want. You can share any information, any link, and we put in YouTube, in social media. And I'm really appreciate for your time and for opportunity for our audience. uh, and if someone would like to to add something, you're welcome, because we had a lot of panel, AI, robotics, a lot of panel, and I'd like to hear your thoughts about future market. You're welcome.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, in India, it is in the night time at 11 p.m. Not too late. Not too late. So we are comfortable time. Actually, as I said, let me try to repeat. All these new technologies, robotics, metaverse, AI, quantum, data analytics, whatever we call, they are newly developed in the world as the most modern technologies. But the education skilling has to be done by universities and colleges, and there the professors, teachers are not experienced to do these things because they are new. So I would urge upon your forum to have a program. Let's have proper skilling curriculum, course contents on various certifications as we have for intermediate, our bachelor degree, our master's degree for these programs, so that as and when any business needs experts, they know that expert is coming at which level. This is the problem we are all facing. I am sure world is facing this problem, and not many people are talking on this thing. So I thought of raising this issue here. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Professor. And uh, maybe we have any question or something from our audience. No, we don't have. So, Sheena, maybe you have any thoughts, any insight? You're welcome. Uh, Unmute.
Um, that's all I had the insights for now, just sharing the importance of learning AI, especially in the job market. You know, there's a lot of things happening, a lot of things are changing really fast. So it is important to learn it, to integrate it. It's technology that's going to be here to stay. It's kind of like when the internet came out, you know, we were all wondering what it was, but now we've integrated internet in our everyday lives, right? So same concept.
What do you think about certification and possibilities to work, for example, from Canada to in European Union? Because Antonio has a chance to offer an opportunity for Canadians, for example, for women's, for all audience we have to have an access to the new job market because certification is the key an access to new job market. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think certification is something that's going to be more on the rise as AI is coming up and depending on each company what they look for. So yeah, right now it's very new, so everyone's just playing into it. But the more we keep doing it, I'm sure there's going to be certifications. There's going to be certain laws that there's going to be put into place. Being able to talk about, the likeness of you to be utilized in AI as well. So there's a lot of things that I think people still need to work on, and we're just kind of, you know, going with the flow.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, for your co-moderation, and thank you everyone for opportunities for our audience because we'll be shared all opportunities we'll have with the wide audience. We have just a professional discussion, but we'll be share it with two different social media. And if you have any question, any insights, you are welcome because we have just a couple minutes of our panel. Zoom does not like me today. I don't know why. Some updates. You're welcome.
I'm just interested to ask a question. Why doesn't the world and these AI companies use the Forum of International Telecom Union, Geneva, for making some certification scheme or course content scheme? Or can you make a recommendation to them so that they do something for this? Because somebody has to start somewhere. And ITU Geneva, being a UN body, becomes slightly preferred body if possible.
Mm, I'm going to be in Geneva on May. I have an invitation from UN Virtual Day, and I hope I will be in Geneva. But if we are talking about certification, this is question to Antonio because they're a part of global European project Euro Toolbox, and they're doing a big job, and it's really difficult to do the same things like Libelium, like digital tool, Euro Toolbox. I'm in person like a bridge between solution and wide audience, and I'm trying to share opportunities with everyone because we have a huge we all have, from my point of view, we have a huge problem. Nobody knows about possibilities we have. We have a lot of. We had a panel from Vardy Robotics today. They have a lot of opportunities now in the present. Antonio has uh, a lot of opportunities, but
Yeah,
we'd like
correct.
to.
Well, I think that that is the point. I think that Liberium historically, and that is part of the evolution. We started 20 years ago. Liberium is becoming 20 years this 2026, and we are very honored about that. And we started just deploying, doing for the smart cities and for urban environment, just deploying sensors. Our first huge project was Smart Santander. We deployed 30,000 data monitoring points in over 1,000 sensors. And that was an example of observation. We observed the city. In fact, we were deploying sensors in very specific areas, not were homogeneous around all the city. And the practical use of this data was nothing. Was not made for decision making, was not made for optimization, for urban planning, was just made as a laboratory, as a living lab to demonstrate how to scale up sensors of network. In the last 20 years, we have deployed thousands and thousands of sensors for different business cases. But being honest, the impact in the world, I will say that if in data science, over 90% of the projects are faking because are finally failing because they are not getting the expectation. I would say that in IoT, it's not 90%, but we are not so far in number of projects that finally don't get the expected outcome. And now with the AI, with the digital twist, we are in the amazing opportunity to make solutions that first focus on the problem. AI is helping a lot to translate all this data, all these technologies to really make a translation of all these needs, challenge to the right answers. For example, today is unacceptable that you deploy a bike line in your city that will have a big impact in the other traffic without checking before with a simulator, with a digital twin, with a lot of data you get from Google, from taxi companies, from Waze, what is the real impact. Today is impossible to guarantee to do a design of a city without using all this data from all the large scale company. So for me today, deployment of sensors is like deployment of cloud infrastructure, is an enabler, it's not the target. The target is to answer the right questions. For example, what makes sense to deploy a bike line? What is the real benefit? What is the real impact? What is the consequence? What are the benefits of this option versus making a tram, versus offering parking areas cheaper, or this kind of decision making is the huge opportunity to make much more business, to make much more impact. And digital twins are bringing a lot of value. And Citiverse, on top of that, is even better because Citiverse is for me about communication. Citiverse is not about 3D. It's not about only enabling virtual worlds like video games. For me, Citiverse is the way to use all this gamification, visualization in the benefit of making everything easy to explain. And for me, that is the reason of training, that we need to guarantee that everybody understand and communicate the benefits, the advantage, the opportunities, the value proposition, what is the business impact, and then beyond that, we can use technology as an enabler. And yeah, that for me are the opportunities. And I guess, and that is the key point, that AI and the future of jobs, that is the key point. The AI jobs means that you need a driver. You can have a very powerful tool, but if you don't have a driver, a planner that really is awake and understand how to use the right technologies, then they are not going to get the same target. I will give you, and that is for me a very clear every day. I think everybody has access to AI. Everybody has long time ago access to a lot of information via Google, via internet, but not everybody take the same advantage. And for me, that is a key point, that we need to train AI jobs market need to guarantee that, in particular for urban design, people really understand the receipts, the kind of question, the kind of prompts, the kind of actions, the kind of visualization, the kind of decision making, the kind of algorithm. They need really to understand very well all the opportunities, possibilities, and advantages of having AI as a tool to offer the best for the customer. So for me, that is clear that now there is a huge opportunity with AI, with data, with data to make more technological driven the urban planning and decision making. But again, we need training to guarantee that everybody take the maximum out of this opportunity. And for that reason, Libelium has created the Libelium Academy. And for that reason, we are looking forward that people co-create with us, enable market with us, and most important, help cities to become better smart cities thanks to all these technologies, and that they made the right decision with the right understanding and the right impact assessment, and indeed with the right backup of data and backup of analysis that support any decision and any investment.
Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, everyone. We have 2 minutes. Close remark of Citiverse Valencia 2026, and I hope I'll see everyone at Citiverse Valencia 2027 because the next step we should go ahead, and I really appreciate everyone for your support, for your time, and thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.